Welcome to Turning the Page. I'm host Donnie Morse of Confetti Antiques and Books. And today we have with us probably our most unique author. We have Alan Chenworth today. Alan, welcome to the program.
Nice to be here.
And he has written a book that is unlike anything else that's really out there, and it is a guide to gold panning in Utah. Alan, this is really an interesting topic right now with gold prices at all-time highs and people just really interested in this. And, I've carried your book in my store now for about a year. And honestly, when I first heard of it, I'm like, well, nobody's going to buy this because there's no gold in Utah. You hear about all the silver, but you don't hear about any gold. And I brought the book in, and man, it just flies off the shelf. People come from miles around to pick up a copy. And so I took some interest in this myself, and so I got with you and said, hey, let's do a program. Tell people, is there really gold in Utah?
Yeah, there really is. And it's all over the state.
Really?
From pretty much the Idaho border all the way to the Arizona border.
I honestly had no idea. So if there's this gold, why did you write a guidebook to help other people find your gold?
Good question. I actually graduated with a degree in geology, and back in the 90s, the gold market was tanking. There were no jobs. And just to keep up on my skills, I thought I'd do some research on gold placers. That's the free milling gold in the creeks, just for my own benefit. And I've done a lot of gold panning for years and years, and it was a good hobby. But there really wasn't anything that said where they were in Utah. So I did the research, and I got a few months into looking up different mining districts and production histories, and I realized I should probably write it up as I go so that I would have a good record of what's out there and could potentially turn it into a book if it warranted that. And so I started writing what I found as I researched. Okay.
And mining districts in Utah? I don't understand that. What's that mean?
When you have a mine, Park City is a good example, or Bingham. Back in the old days, when mining laws were rather loose, regional mines would band together and form a set of bylaws by which they'd operate. And that became a mining district. And then claims were filed by district.
Oh, really?
Bingham was the West Mountain Mining District.
Well, that's interesting. And so you had the desire to write this book. You did the research. Tell me now, is this a guide for me to learn how to pick up a gold pan and actually physically do it?
No.
No.
There's a lot of guidebooks out there, really good books that show how to pan and demonstrate different equipment types. This one is a book, well, it's a guidebook. It will show you roughly where to go and what to look for when you get there.
So I'm going to use this kind of loosely. It really is potentially a treasure map.
Loosely.
Loosely.
There's a list of, I can't remember how many, 20 some creeks or regions in the state that contain free milling gold where you can actually expect to find some. One of my premises for writing the book, for any place that made the book, was that I found gold there. I don't care what anybody else said. I don't care what the rumors are or the past history was. If I couldn't find gold, it didn't make the book.
Really? And so, just as an idea, here we sit in Utah County. We're here in Spanish Fork. How far are we from a gold site like that?
Probably the closest place, I'd say about 15 to 20 miles.
Really? And is that in the book?
It's in the book.
Oh. What about our own Spanish Fork River? No?
I haven't found gold in the Spanish Fork River.
Okay.
The closest place I found it was on the north side of the county.
Okay. Well, that's exciting. I'll have to look at that myself. And so you had the desire to write the book. You put the book together. How well has it been received?
It's done very well. we actually sold out of the first printing and had to reprint it again. So we're on the second printing now. I go out in the field and actually meet people that, oh, I've got your book. And people run to the truck and have me sign it right there in the field.
And so have you heard or seen anybody who's actually found gold by using your guidebook?
Yeah. Everywhere I go, I meet people that come up to me and say, yeah, I've got your book. I've been to a lot of these places. Thanks a lot. It's helped.
Wow.
You know, there's maps right in it that show
Yeah.
you.
Wonderful maps, in fact. Let's see if we can find one here. There's actual maps with, shall we say, the X marks the spot in essence, or with an arrow marks the spot, that shows you the bend on a particular gravel or a river here. This is the Green River, and it's showing you that right there on that bend is a good place to find gold. Well, that's amazing. Now, right now in the news, we know about this big gold nugget that they just found in Australia.
Mm-hmm.
You say it was 177 ounces or something like that. Are we going to find something like that in Utah?
Not likely. The biggest nugget ever found in Utah was about 8 3/4 ounces. And it was found at Bingham Canyon by, I think it was Pete and Dan Clays. And
How big is 8 ounces? What's that? That's
I'm just guessing it was probably about like this.
small orange?
Small, flat.
Okay. So size of maybe a couple silver dollars.
Well, a silver dollar is an ounce.
Okay.
So it would be the weight equivalent of almost 9 of them. Well, 8 of them.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's a pretty good nugget though.
Yeah, it's a big nugget no matter how you take it.
So when you're out gold panning in these places that you show people to go to, what kind of gold can they expect to find?
Well, got some samples. Now the kind of gold you get will vary quite a bit, but generally it's fine gold. That's a good example of some really fine gold. Coming in either flour gold, a lot of the big rivers have a very fine flour gold, to small flakes and small chunks.
Okay.
Here's another vial. That's got about $50 worth of gold in it, ranging from flour gold to small nuggets. That's from over near Delta, and it's a really neat area to try to prospect. But it's a good example of the kind of gold you'll find in Utah.
So Alan, the non-professional, okay, the me. If I get a book, go buy me a gold pan. It'll have a small guide with it to tell me how to gold pan, and I use your guidebook, and I go to some of these places. Can I expect to find gold?
Absolutely.
Really?
And one of the things the book does is tells you not just where the gold is, but what kind of gold you expect to find in terms of quantity. And I broke it out into commercial grade placers, semi-commercial, recreational, and a section where if you just happen to be in the area. Being it's not very good gold, you will find a few specks, probably. But
if you're out camping and your four-wheeler breaks down, you can try this.
If you've got some time, you might as well throw a pan in the creek and you'll find a little bit. The guidebook's intended to be... it's a guidebook for hobbyists. It's not a professional's guide. If I did know of any professional places, I probably would keep that to myself. And that's just the nature of gold.
All right, well, let's go to commercial break. When we come back, we're going to get some specific places where people can go find some gold. And I kind of want to talk to you about, is it legal to do this? Can I just go and take it out of the stream, or do I have to have a mine or a claim, or how does that work? So when we come back, Alan Chenworth, more about his new book, A Guide to Gold Panning in Utah.